Hey, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of In the Lobby, the series where I break down the latest movies, telling you what they're about, who's behind them, a little spoiler-free review, and some similar movies to help you decide in the lobby if it's worth buying a ticket. This week we're going full creepypasta with Kane Parsons' Backrooms.
Hello?
No, it's not that room retail workers go to cry during the holidays, but an idea born on 4chan in 2019 that grew beyond its confines into a highly successful YouTube series by Kane when he was 17. I mean, that's a wild thing to think about considering this was what I was doing at 17.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks.
But his work stood out, catching the creative eyes of A24, who offered him a once-in-a-lifetime chance to write and direct the series into a feature film. And yes, he did direct it. I see those conspiracy theories that claim he didn't. I'm on to you. Anyways, we follow Clark, a down-on-his-luck business owner who one night discovers a mysterious passage into a dimension beyond reality within the walls of his pirate-themed furniture store.
Great deals!
But when he suddenly disappears, his concerned therapist Mary must venture into the unknown to save him before it's too late. There's just something about this story I really enjoyed. It has this brilliant, eerie mix of really clean, sharp filmmaking against gritty found footage that made me really nostalgic for that 90s era of handheld horror. The camcorder scenes had that cool static effect with rich grain and analog hum of the mechanics. I mean, the whole sound design was really spine-tingling too, as the fluorescent lights buzz above and the backrooms creak and crack as if there's always someone waiting just around the corner.
I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
I will say after a while, the constant static buzz can dig into your brain and be a bit much, especially if seen in a particularly loud cinema like mine. And navigating this pale yellow world are two phenomenal actors in Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renate Reinsve. Oh god, please forgive me for how I said that. Most will know Chiwetel from movies like 12 Years a Slave, Children of Men and Doctor Strange, and you'll know Renate from Tearing My Heart Out with Sentimental Value. Both absolutely carry this script, and if anything might feel a little confined to it as they run rings around the sometimes iffy dialogue. But Chiwetel especially is absolutely magnetic in his performance, taking the full range of emotions and really dialing in to make me sit forward in awe. With Renate's character, however, there were hints of more depth and characterization, but it felt like there wasn't enough time to expand on it, so she felt a little surface level, and this goes for a lot of the film too. It both seemed a little long at 110 minutes, but also the scope of the concept felt way beyond that runtime. Again, not being super familiar with the YouTube series may be a contributing factor, but those wanting clear answers might find how the film wraps to be a little underwhelming. But this film is truly for the fans, and if the cheers and claps are heard in the theatre are any indication, it's exactly what they've been waiting for. It's insane what Kane Parsons has accomplished here, and he shows real promise for future projects. He doesn't rely on cheap jump scares, but builds an eerie, symmetrical world that looks like any pale yellow windowless office building, which is the real horror for people in the 9 to 5. There's just so much visually here that I love that really drew me in. From the incredible set design to the way it's shot to the eerie lighting that's just a lamp in the corner. The space just feels so alive and so rich with depth that I wanted to see more when the credits rolled. No matter the shortcomings that I mentioned before in this review, I really think there's something here for everyone, and it's really impressive just how far someone so young can take this concept. Now let's get to some recommended movies with a similar vibe so you get an idea of what you're seeing. First up, I would have to recommend obviously The Blair Witch Project, a pivotal entry and arguably the entry into the found footage genre that matches the cam scenes of Backrooms perfectly. In terms of the liminal space movie, I can't recommend Being John Malkovich enough. It's completely bizarre in the best way, as the actors enter a portal behind a cabinet leading directly into the consciousness of actor John Malkovich. Yeah, that's a real movie. Next, you could go with something eerie like Skinamarink, even though I think it kinda stinks. Yeah, alright, I'm sorry, but it matches this experimental flavor and atmospheric angst really well. And lastly, a personal favorite and maybe a bit of a swing, but Alex Garland's Annihilation is what I would say is pretty close to. It follows the lives of a group of scientists who research an anomaly that could have grave consequences to those who enter it. This balance of two worlds within one is on point for Backrooms. And I mean, the mimic scene is absolute perfection. So the real question is, would I recommend you jump in line to buy a ticket to Backrooms? Well, kind of. I know that's not really a solid answer, but while it's set to satisfy viewers of Kane's work, it can feel pretty limiting to newcomers. I did still have plenty of fun here, but a few things might force a line in the sand between diehard fans and the casually curious, needing a few more answers. But if you don't mind that fact, then I definitely recommend seeing it in cinemas, or potentially face no clipping into the Backrooms.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
So that was In the Lobby with Backrooms. Let me know if you're thinking of seeing it, or even if you've already seen it. Drop your mini reviews in the comments and tell me what you think. Was I right? Was I wrong? Keep it spoiler free, and as always, thanks for watching. Do all that like, subscribe, notification stuff.
Cool, I'm up for some stuff.
Or not. I don't know. Bye.